Kasimu chini bana. Na kama umevaa jako kama mimi hivi pia unaweza toa. Yeah? Comrades, let's save time. Let's be on our feet. Ayo mama.
Ayo
Ayo mama.
Ayo mama.
Amerika isikie.
Aja Kenya.
Na suluhu asikie. Mapinduzi ya jatizi. Museveni asikie. Mapinduzi ya jayuji. Ayo mama.
Ayo mama.
Ayo mama. Viva comrades, viva. Let me teach you guys a song that my sister is also lead us in. Hii song inaenda hivi. Na vijana wa Nairobi, twendesheni mapambano, tujenge jeshi la mapindu, tujenge Kenya mpya.
So, songeni ni mara 4. Tunaweza try. Songeni.
Songeni tujenge Kenya mpya.
Najua nyinyi machopi. Let's try. Songeni. Count tu hatutakujaji. Songeni tujenge Kenya mpya. Na vijana wa Afrika, endesheni mapambano.
Songeni
tutengeneze jeshi la mapinduzi.
Songeni tujenge Kenya mpya.
Asa tuende haraka. Na vijana wa Afrika,
songeni
endesheni mapambano.
Songeni
tutengeneze jeshi la mapinduzi.
Songeni tujenge Kenya mpya.
Fukuza Zakayo huyo.
Songeni
endesheni mapambano.
Songeni
tutengeneze jeshi la mapinduzi.
Songeni tujenge
Kenya mpya.
Comrade, you know these are songs of struggle. Na lakini kama watu wanaimba songs of struggle na wengine wamekaa, you are doing an injustice to us. Viva comrades, viva. Viva comrades, viva. One last time alafu tukae chini.
Na vijana wa Afrika,
songeni
endesheni mapambano.
Songeni
tutengeneze jeshi la mapinduzi.
Songeni tujenge Kenya mpya.
Fukuza Zakayo huyo.
Songeni
endesheni mapambano.
Songeni
tutengeneze jeshi la mapinduzi.
Songeni tujenge Kenya mpya.
Hatutaki mauaji.
Songeni
endesheni mapambano.
Songeni
tutengeneze jeshi la mapinduzi.
Songeni tujenge
Kenya mpya.
Makofi. Hi, asante. Thank you very much for that energy and that excitement that you have brought in the room. Now, I need to have a social contract with you people. We want to be out of this room by 4. Is that okay? Ama mnataka tukae paka saa 1? Si saa 10 ni sawa? Kwa hivyo tunasema hivi. Sasa hivi ni saa it's 3:09. We want to be here out of here by 4:09. So what I was going to request, all those who are making presentations on the breakaway sessions, the chairs or is it the rapporteurs, can I please have all of you come group 1 to 6? Please come forward. Njoni tafadhali. Tembeeni kama watu ambao mumetosha. na munaweza. Hii ni group 5. Group 4 iko wapi? Group 4? Group 1? Group 2? Njoo. Group 3? Don't worry, because you know these things, even if you've not written them down, you are part of the discussion. Utaongea, tutakusikia, kisha unaweza kuchapisha hiyo habari ukapea na huko mbele. Haya, njoo na wangojea. Haya, njoo. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Were there 5 groups or 6? Wa mwisho yuko wapi? Haya, yuko wapi? Atakuja mwenyewe. Wewe ni 6, eh? So who is missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who is missing? Group 1, are you here? Group 2? Group 3? Group 4? Group 4? Group 5? Group 6? Kwa hivyo ni group 3. Who was group 3? Group 3? All right. I think what we'll do, we will wait. They will come. Okay, can you all clap for these comrades who are here? Thank you very much for agreeing to share with us. Now, I want us to be very proactive. I'll give each of you at least about 3 minutes or so. Just make a presentation. Usiende story. Just do the presentation very fast. And I will want to start with anybody who is ready. Group 2, Group 3, Group 1, Group 5, Group 6, anybody. Haya, msipofanya hivyo, Group 1 ni nani? Group 1.
Hello everyone. Hello. Tulikuwa tunaongelea youth and civic awakening in moving from the streets to the table. So in our groups we had different thoughts, and we just understand that responsibility, civics first is the responsibility of the citizens, and secondly we just decided that the youth should take positions in the government from the streets to the table. Another thing we talked about, it was about the youth agencies. Youths are not the just future leader, but active change makers, empowering to make decisions, ensure policies reflect the reality and aspiration. Young people should have position in the government. Young people need to unite for us to take this government. What steps are the young people taking to shape the youth's and civic awareness? First, we have more movements under one goal. You should be representing in county forum, policy discussions, and leadership space. Another thing we agreed was digital activism. We are just having a problem in Tanzania where the social media has been closed down. So how are we going to improve our digital activism? So we are saying we create an optional online thing that is totally not with the government, that we can help us to digitalize our things. Another thing is we should mobilize and raise awareness and hold leaders accountable. Interrogation, dialogue, we have said no. We need to be ourselves, and we have to go the way we should. We have dialogues with the same people in this current government, and they have not given us solution. Another thing, when people are going to the table, we have just discovered that we should not be given the information verbal. They should have an audio. While you're going for a table for a discussion for the community, put your phone on a record. So we'll only use our records, not you telling us that Raila said, Ruto said this, or Kindiki said this. The audio will prove you are innocent and trust. Thank you.
Not like that. Hiyo tu ndio mnataka kumpatia. Haya, tuanze maua, mpe moja. Asante. Haya, simama.
Comrades power. Comrades power. Comrade Name. So my name is Francis Mwendwa. So our topic of discussion was democratic crisis and citizen response, lawfare, capture, and the allowing of democracy. So on the current democratic crisis is characterized by not by the frontal assault, but the strategic allowing over democratic institutions from within. The second point was the primary tool of erosion is the lawfare, where the government is weaponizing of the legal system for political ends. And the other one is the result of the hollowed out democracy results to what we call the lawfare capture. An example is where elections has become selection but not a democratic election. So we can say that in Kenya, we have not been having elections, but we have been having selection. The other thing is all about the democratic crisis. We have something called the multi-party registration. We have been seeing what has been happening, where in a democratic country, we are having crisis in registering political parties, where we are supposed to be democratic. The other one is the state strategy, the Kenyan democracy. We can say that it is a facade, where the state strategizes to legalize the repression, weaponizing the legislation to legitimize its action. For example, where we have the leasehold instead the personal and the Land Act that is being passed. We have the Computer and Cyber Security Act that the government is on its process to launch it, where you can post anything in your media, and because you are against the government, they have the consent to remove it, which is not giving you the right to express yourself. And the other thing is all about how people are responding to such issues, where the people's response for their power. So like the Gen Z protest, the Gen Z revolution movement, we can say the movement was very well, but with time it was entailed and sabotaged by goons which were paid by the state, and its mission was not accomplished. The other thing, the way forward that we can do the way forward is launching of public campaigns to expose the democratic facade, building rapid response networks to mobilize and key issues. The other one is challenge the repressive laws in court and through public education. Thanks.
One thing I have liked about these guys, they know how to keep time. Nimewambia dakika 3, si wanamaliza tu hizo 3. Huyu amechukua 3 minutes, huyu amechukua 3 minutes. Haya, simama tukupatie maua yako wewe. Haya, maua moja. Sasa asante. Unajua mwenzangu kuwa kama Gen Z. Daka?
Acha nijaribu.
3.
Good afternoon. Odeo Ezekiel is my name. From county number 039, but I'm here representing the group on economic justice and fiscal accountability, where fiscal accountability and economic justice remain central to achieving inclusive and sustainable development across the 47 counties in our beloved country, Kenya. So, as a group, we were underscoring the urgent need to confront structural inequalities and strengthen public finance management systems in Kenya, and how to empower youth as key drivers of innovation and accountability. So without innovation, there's no development. So we recognize that achieving true economic justice requires transparent governance. On that note, we identified the key challenges. One of them is the persistent inequality, where there's limited access to resources and opportunities by the marginalized. Weak fiscal responsibility, where public participation came out strongly as one of the challenge being faced by youths and women in our various counties. Corruption and resource mismanagement is another key challenge, where public funds are misused, compounded with lack of proper oversight. Limited youth engagement, especially on county planning and the budgeting processes, where youths are not consulted to be given an opportunity to set their priorities. Policy and institutional gaps is another challenge, underdeveloped social enterprises, among others. So, call for action as Group 4 is that we should promote inclusive fiscal governance. Then how do we institutionalize this? By participatory budgeting and open data platforms. Because when we have open data platforms, our youth can access tenders and other government opportunities. So empowering youth and as change agents is critical. So we should focus on establishing youth innovation and accountability hubs, which is critical. And we can fund the social enterprises, where national government and counties have shied away from supporting social enterprises. I witnessed this during the devolution conference. Strengthening anti-corruption mechanisms is very important. Then we should foster multi-stakeholder collaboration. Integrating economic justice into policy framework is very important. Thank you. Because of time, let me stop from there. Asanteni sana.
Hey, mi napenda hawa watu. Umeona? On time. Simama tukupewe maua. Nani alisema wanaume wapewe maua? Mimi naona siku hizi wasichana tunapewa wanaume maua.
Acha nipewe.
Maua hapo. Hapana, hiyo ni maua kweli? Haya, anza. Asante. Amepokea. Okay, the next one is Group 5, right? Yes. Karibu.
Comrades power. Comrades power. Comrades zaga zaga. Asante sana. Aki tafadhali kama uko kwa simu. 3 minutes, tafadhali. Weka tu simu chini unisikize. Si ndio? Comrades power. Asante sana. We were looking at the issue of inclusivity and representation. Mbona hamhusishwi na mbona hamwakilishwi? What are the challenges? Access and opportunity. Inasemekana vijana, wanawake, PWD, mnakosa opportunities na mnakosa access. Kuna opportunities lakini hamna hiyo access. Number 2, kuna narratives ambazo media wanaeneza. Wanawake tukienda media interviews, utasikia tunaanza kuulizwa na haujaoa, umezeeka na una watoto, na unataka kuvae, utavae aji kama kiongozi na hana people. Ya 3 ni groups, these groups, women, youth, PWD. Inasemekana you are one. But are you one? Wana youth wa Kiambu wanafanana na wana youth wa Kwale? Shida zao ni the same. PWD, shida zao ni the same. So even when we, in terms of inclusivity and representation, we can't assume that they are one. Then there's the affirmative action. Mpaka wa leo, affirmative action ni story za jaba. Tukiangalia na nikiongezea hapo kwa affirmative action. Kwa panel yetu ya leo asubuhi. Tuseme ama tusiseme? Tuchafue ama tusichafue? Kulikuwa na PWD kwa hiyo panel. Organizers, kuna mahali mnauma nje. Correction. Ni vile tu tunapenda hii forum, tungesimamisha hiyo panel. But God is good. Access to information. Access to information. We are living in the digital space, but there are still so many of us who don't know where to find this information. na wale ambao tuko na hiyo information tumeanza keepers. Shida ingine ni kuna stereotypes na cultural norms. Mwana youth anaweza simama kwa baraza, akienda kuongea wanamuuliza wewe ni nani? Baba yako ni nani? Wewe unatoa nini unajua? Utuambie. Kuna mambo ya another challenge is capacity. Unapata the literacy levels within our communities are very low. Unajua some areas zinajulikana ati wako na maendeleo mingi, but ukienda mpaka kule kwa kijiji bado kuna watu wamesoma mpaka standard 2, which is a problem in terms of inclusivity and representation. There's also the issue of apathy. When you're talking to a woman akona biashara kwa soko, umwambia attend public participation, atakwambia hata nikienda sauti yangu kweli, will it make a difference where decision making is concerned? Kuna also the issue of due diligence. Kama sasa kuna programs zinakuja kutoka kwa serikali zinasema zitapatia youth, kila youth, wacha kutaja jina, wacha kuchoma, kila youth atapata 100,000, but huyu youth akona hiyo capacity ya kuweza kumanage hiyo 100,000. Resources and cost implications. Sometimes some of these initiatives that we do require resources, na hiyo pesa hatuna. Some of the recommendations, wacha tu niruke. Some of the recommendations, 3 minutes, it's okay. Some of the recommendations, we need legal reforms, we need capacity development, we need mentorship and networking, we need active and inclusive participation. In terms of media narrative, we need to own our own narrative. Wakisema na sisi tunaitisha presa, tunasema sisi kama wana youth, hivi ndivyo tunataka. We need inclusive communication. We need to organize with purpose, and we need awareness. Asanteni sana comrades, power. Comrades, zaga zaga. Maua yangu tafadhali, inua mkono. Weka maua, angusha moja. Asante sana.
Aya, unajua kuna wanafunzi na kuna wanafunzi. Unaona huyo hangoji kupewa, anapokea, anajipatia na anakaa. Si ndio hivyo? Ndio hivyo MCA. Senator. Senator, si ndio? Kabisa. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Viva comrades, viva. More power to the people, more power. Group 6. Freedom of association, assembly, and digital rights. We have seen and discussed that we have laws, policies that are a direct assault to our constitution and our rights. Hence, they lead us to a shrinking civil spaces, shrinking to a dark hole that we cannot realize. Freedom of expression through art or artists is being censored through the government and even self-censorship, because when they want to do or create something using their art, they are even wondering if they will be arrested, summoned, or attacked. Hence, that leads them not to be creative enough or innovative enough into ensuring that the message is out. There is limitations into practicing our rights, especially the Bill of Rights from our leaders. We have said again that there is rising insecurities to our female journalists and mostly again female comrades when they are in demonstrations and protests. Call to action is that we should have or establish our own spaces, the actors, the artists, the civil society organizations, the human rights and the Gen Zs, to establish our own spaces so that we can discuss and engage meaningfully at our own spaces, so that we cannot get limitations unlike other spaces that we do organize, but again right now they are limiting us not to go there. We should have long-term visions and plans for our liberations and freedom. alliance building which accommodate voices that cannot come out freely as we do come out and speak. We have alliances in the system who give us information, but they cannot come out at this time. We should shape our communication by using local medias, because we have seen that some of our engagements, we focus mostly on the mainstream media, whereas our actions sometimes they don't reach the masses as we wish, since most of local people believe and listen more on radios, local engagements, but they cannot access, especially digital spaces. We have seen that. Have solidarity associations from media, artists, and the Gen Zs and the civil CSOs actors. We should be active and intentional in guarding the Constitution of Kenya 2010, because most of the people in power do not believe in it and do not support it, as we have seen. Thank you so much.
Simama pale pale. Wewe hujui kujipea maua.
Nataka kupewa.
Unataka kupewa.
Mtu asifiwe.
Usikue kama wengine, wale ni wao versus wao. Si mnajua tunasema kina nani? Sijastaja mtu mimi. Sasa huyo mrembo tumpatie maua, maua. Chapa. Asante. Haya, tupe 3 minutes.
Hi everyone. I assume the last is the best. So the third one, we're talking about constitutional and electoral reforms. So the topic was safeguarding judicial independence, strengthening the Constitutional Commission and offices, ensuring credible, inclusive elections. So when we were tackling this topic, we talked about the trust deficits that is in institutions. So this is an explanation on why the IBC has to go outside and print ballot paper box, while ballot papers, while we have companies here who can handle that. So when we are talking about this, we say that in as much as we are giving recommendations on including technology to reduce mistrust, there's still a lot of mistrust even with the inclusion of technology, which has to be dealt in-house with the sectors and the players at hand. We also talked about the cost drivers of elections, which are not only affecting the citizens, but also the elective people. The Heshimiwa Dilemma, I don't know if you guys were able to watch that documentary, where we're now having people in elective positions plunder a lot of money in the public seats, because now they have to compensate for how much they're also spending in the elections. So this now goes directly into talking about the Election Finance Campaign Act, which has not been implemented because most of the beneficiaries of the act are the politicians, because in as much as it is affecting them, they're also gaining by us not being able to enforce it. The other thing is the lack of awareness on voter registration or voter awareness, specifically when it comes to what we should do during pre-election and post-election. So how we're supposed to carry ourselves after the elections have already been concluded. We had one member in our team from Nakuru who was talking about how there have been instances, even 3 weeks after the elections, people are still campaigning. There's still active conflict zones because you can't agree specifically on certain things. Mind you, the elections are done. Yeah, so the last thing that we talked about was a scenario building on what happened recently with the death of Raila Amolo Odinga. So what does it look now that we do not have an active large opposition party? So now we actually have weaponization of the Odinga lineage, which is something very critical. we talked about how probably there might be a foresight on insecurity issues, because now that we have polarity issues, we don't know how the power imbalance might affect it. So the call to action, we talked about an issuance of timeline on election petitions, especially on the presidential. There should be an increase to 1 month to give people increased time to be able to petition. And then we also talked about judicial tribunal judges, accountability processes being able to be strengthened so that we can be able to have good turnover accountability when it comes to judging on petitions and holding judges accountable as well who are in the offices. And then we also talked about strengthening of the people power to reduce security and surveillance, even when we cannot trust the people who are put in power to be able to play a role. The last one, we said we need to have a constitutional commission that has power. So we have an IBC that does not have like complete power over its mandate that it has been given. So we need to reduce the involvement of the executive and rather have players in the sector such as the civil society be part and parcel in the commissioning process. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Kwani huyo mtaki kumpatia maua? Mbona mnasahau haraka hivyo? Haya, maua mpe. Sasa, wacha niwaambie. The thinking behind the 3 minutes. Ukiwa pale bungeni na watu wengi wanataka kuongea, speaker anakupatia dakika 3. So, within those 3 minutes, you make sure you stand and hit your most important points in the beginning. Unanielewa? Wakati unarudi kwa story, akizima mic, umeshasema yako. So it's part of the training. We sat here. Are you understanding? So that unless you say what you want to say in 3 minutes, they will not tell you, I will put on the mic again. Hiyo imeenda hivyo na imeisha hivyo. So learn to speak. Say, if you can say your most important points within 3 minutes, by the time you start explaining, you have already hit your point. Are we together? Even in anywhere you go, before you lose people, try and say what you want to say in the beginning. Wakikuja kulala, ama kuangalia masimu, ama kuanza kuangalia sijui nini, at least wamesikia. Sawa? Kwa hivyo, ningependa hivi kabla hawajasimama. There's a gentleman. Can you stand up? Let them see you. Before, as you leave, just pass there. Okay? Lakini ningependa musimame. Alafu tuwapatie makofi ya mwisho. So they have represented you. Is there anything you feel they left out? They represented you well, si ndio? Wengine kama hawajui kuongea mungekuwa mnasema excuse me, lakini naona mmetulia, kwa hivyo naona wamekuwa represent vizuri, si ndio? Sasa nataka mtu akuje awachangie makofi kwa jumla. Najua nyinyi mnajua hii kazi hata kunishinda. Nani anataka kufanya hiyo? Tuwapatie yani ya kutosha ile. Si mnaelewa? Kwani hamjui? Hebu njoo dada, njoo. Njoo. Nikiitwa naitika. Si ndio? Mnajua huo wimbo, sio? Haya, anza.
I want us to give them a very simple hand clap. We're going to do flowers, showers, flowers, and then showers, and then rain, and then thunder, okay? Okay, so we're going to start with flowers. Flowers, there are how many are they? 6 flowers, 1, flowers, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then showers. We are not getting those showers. Showers, rain, thunder.
Asanteni sana. Pass over there. Asante sana dada, asante. Hao wametuambia hatutaki corruption, hatutaki climate injustice, hatutaki shrinking civic space. Si wamesema hivyo? Hatutaki rising cost of living, hatutaki disillusionment among citizens. Si wamesema hiyo? Down with all those things, down, si ndio? Down with disillusionment, down. Sasa ningeomba, kuna mwanadada hapa, nafikiri mnamjua, anawika sana kule kwa maneno ya bajeti, kwa maneno, anatuelimisha sana kwa maneno ya economic injustices, anaelewa haya maneno, anayamanya. Mnataka kumlola? Yupo hapa. Ningependa nimuite kwa sababu sasa hivi tunataka tuwapatie, we want to honor our heroes and just remember them. And no other better person could do this than one who? Mnamjua kweli? Na vile mnaongea kihivi hivi. Unajua sisi, you should see us when we are dancing. Ukiona ati tulikuwa tunasikia ati baba anaingia kwa stage ama mtu anaingia kwa stage, hata vile una dance pale church haiwezi kushinda vile una dance kwa stage. Na ukiona mtu ameenda kanisani anajifanya holier than thou, Biblia na beba, lakini sasa nikiwa kwenye stage, hata nasahau watoto wangu wako hapo. Unanielewa? Sasa mimi nataka tukiwa hapa tujihisi ya kwamba tunawashangilia wenzetu, sio? Kwa hivyo kwa mbwembwe na shangilio tumshangilie dada yetu wakati anakuja kutuelekeza katika sehemu hii, si ndio? Haya mbwembwe. Sawa, karibu.
Thank you very, very much, Nancy. Okay. Hamunioni? We? Hapo sawa? Haya. Good afternoon, taxpayers. Hamjambo walipa ushuru. When I look at this room, I can see people who will pay tax for a very long time. Okay? So Kenyan youth, you are truly the taxpayers. You are truly the employers of the Kenyan people. Wasiwai wadanganya, okay? I came late, but the fiscal justice team represented us. Please remember not to forget that madeni yanayokopwa saa hii, nyinyi ndio mtalipa, sio sisi. Haya. Mukikata, the better. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be invited and requested to honor all our fallen comrades. And as the sun sets in Jumuiya, we remember the period where people came here and they had a dream for a Kenyan constitution where we wouldn't be silenced. They neutered it. They neutered that constitution, but we still have a very, very progressive. So this moment, you have a candle on your table. Sindio? Nataka, before the team that is going to lead us, as we solemnly honor all the fallen, are they fallen? No. Our martyrs. The martyrs of Kenyan democracy. I want you to take a pen or whatever is on that table, and in an act of remembrance and resistance, engrave the name of one person who, when we are reading the communique, you will not be stopped from implementing what we are aspiring. It is remembrance and resistance. Of course, we remember the older generation led by octogenarian Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, who sacrificed, sometimes wavered. This is a journey, okay? This is a journey, sometimes, but he did so much for this country. We remember the women who marched, fasted, wept at Freedom Corner. And yet, right now, the mothers of Gen Z are not able to access Freedom Corner. So we have a duty to go back and honor their sacrifice. Wangare Maathai told us that you will not be able to protect the environment until everybody is informed and can understand what is happening. Similarly, we won't be able to defend our democracy until people know what the political class is doing to us. The butchers must invest in the Kenya Meat Commission, not in butchering people and the law. Okay? As the youth gathered here, you're not just inheritors of this struggle. Simeona ODM yetu kwenye iko? Yeah? You're now the custodians of the? You're the custodians. Custodian inamaanisha you are the owners of the struggle. Nyinyi viumbe. Kila mtu ameinscribe? Kila mtu ameinscribe? You have a name there. Yeah? Niendelee. We must continue to resist the cyber crimes they are trying to offend us with. They don't care about children to say that they are protecting us from pornography. I dare say our political class is more offensive than any pornography you will ever watch. So they must allow us every tweet, every TikTok, so that we have 1 million people's convention every day. I look forward to all of you joining the many petitions we are taking. Okay? And going forward, we will stop them from using our paper and tax to print such problematic laws. We must resist the privatization of our beaches. Where will we get our wellness from? Where will we get our wellness from? Encroachment of Karura, Kenya pipeline. Haya. Meshere Gedhae Wamogo said, we must continue to dream. Dream so big because our dreams are what become the seeds of freedom. We used to be mocked by our neighbors. Haven't we inspired Tanzania? I actually think we inspired Nepal. Ni vile tu hatukuwa tumetengeneza mtandao ya kuvote. Na Madagascar, sindio? Now, so we are about to do the lighting, and I'll invite the musicians to come and lead us, Geduku and Ko, so that we light this candle to remind us that democracy is not a destination, It is a daily act of defiance, of compassion, of solidarity, of courage, so that those who will come after us, their candles and their fires will burn more boldly than ours ever did. Because the generation, mpaka hiyo makofi yenye mmepiga na swag, is a generation that cannot be bought, cannot be bullied, and cannot be broken. Tuko sawa? You are the generation that cannot be bullied, you cannot be bought, and you cannot be broken. Haya, simameni sasa, Kenya istahili heshima yake. I hope you have kiberiti where you are. If the lights can go out, because si ati sisi ni walevi, but hata wakizima stima na internet, freedom will continue. The fire of freedom will continue to shine. I'll invite somebody, the people from the first 3 tables. Nimeona mkona yenyu. Wacha tusifanye ya kanisa, but karibuni. If you're not committed to this struggle, your candle will not light. Masaka, Emmanuel Tata, Rasna Wara, Kevin Mwawasi, Wilson Sitati, Eric Shieni, Evans Kirato, Mama Victor, Abdi Kadir, Albert Ojuan, Joki, Rex Masai, Lucy Okech, Hazel Omondi, Raila Amolo Odinga. Say their name. The ones we do not know, we still honor them. And remember, never to forget them again.
Thank you. Tula mama tula. Makofi kwa bandi yetu mashuhuri. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can put on the lights. Thank you, our sister Diana, for that powerful session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Aya sasa, because this is a facility which what do you call it? The clothes and which can burn down, and we don't want any disasters. So when the lights go off, you can just put off the candles. We can't leave them lighting over here on the floor because of the management of the hotel. Sawa? I hope you understand. Haya, ningependa, for now, I will ask the following people to come to the front, starting with the Inuka ED, Comrade Kawive. Please come to the front. My sister Diana, if you can come back, please, to the front. Can I have any chairs of the Sheila, I think, left? Can I have any executive director of organizations if you're here? Or a senior head? Yuko wapi? Upo. You know, we can't be talking equality and we do discrimination, eh? Lazima tukutambue. And then student heads, if you're here. Kama mko. All right. Can I have all those people who read out who did the presentation? The group presentations. Mpo. Mnajijua. Njoni. Are we ready with the communique? 2 minutes, no problem. And this is what we are going to do. I will have Diana, Kawive, and yourself. Please stand here. Or because you know you can't all fit here. Not stand. No. As in, they'll give you back. Come here. You come here. Here. Kawive. Wewe ndio unasoma? Ni wewe unasoma ama nani anasoma? Baton ndio wanasoma. Basi nyinyi kaeni chini. Leta kiti nyingine hapo. Nyinyi kaeni chini. Sasa, Senator, why are you standing here? Huh? Senators. Sasa, hebu simama hapa. Wacha niwachague nyinyi mtaki kujichagua. Nini mbaya? Senator, wewe, hebu simameni. In fact, all those of you who made presentation, student leader, stand here. All right. Who else is missing in action? Husla. Good. Now, you people can choose. I can give you choose amongst you who will read the communique while it comes. One of you can read. Hata wewe nenda pale dada. Me, I love this. Unajua hivi? Sasa unaenda wapi? Simama hapa bana. Simama hapa. Good. Excellent. Don't worry, I'll take it up. Thank you. Okay? Are we ready with the communique? You know, do you expect me to say no? Come. You heard what Martha said. She had to unseat somebody of 80 years old. Mkongwe ambaye alikuwa na hela. Haya, wacha mwenzetu akae pale. Utapanda dada? Haya. Sawa. Haya kabisa. All right. Clap for this group. I think they are going to communicate to us the most important message and why we've been here the whole day, what we have discussed, what is our positive resolve, and the way that we need to move forward. And so I am waiting for, he disappeared. He's printing. Yeah, he's printing. But basically what we are saying is that one of the things that I keep going back to, that we were told in the morning, from protest to what? And then from lamentation to action, and from what to organizing? To organizing, and then the last one? From resistance to renewal, isn't it? And renewal means building, isn't it? Which also involves movement building. So we are good students, and we are learning from people who've been there, done that, tried, tested, and passed, and trusted, isn't it? And I think that's what we need to do. So please just be 1 minute patient. Glad that I'm dealing with young people, so they'll not tell me nimechoka mguu. Eh? I hope they'll not tell me nimechoka mguu, sababu kama ni wengine angekuwa ameniletea. So just we can sing one song as we wait. We can't just be waiting like that. Can we sing a song? That one. That one.
Sasa natoa roho yangu kukomboa nchi. Sasa natoa roho yangu iende kukomboa. Sasa natoa roho yangu iende kukomboa. Sasa natoa roho yangu iende kukomboa nchi. Na Rex alitoa roho yake iende kukomboa nchi. Na Rex atoa roho yake iende kukomboa. Sasa natoa roho yangu iende kukomboa nchi. Sasa natoa roho yangu iende kukomboa nchi. Okay, this is the so I'll read the communique. National People's Convention, agenda setting to reclaim people's power. Theme, reclaiming people's power from resistance to renewal. Date is October 30th, 2025 at Jumuiya Conference and Country Home, Limuru. Convened by Inuka Kenya Ni Sisi. The National People's Convention, organized by Inuka Kenya Ni Sisi Limited, was convened on October 30th, 2025 to serve as a citizen-led, multi-sectoral platform for reflecting on Kenya's governance crisis, confronting democratic erosion, and developing people-centered alternatives rooted in justice, equity, and integrity. The convention sought to consolidate citizen voices, especially those of youth, women, and marginalized groups, into a unified framework for national dialogue. A key structural component of the morning session focused on the nation's core problems, from moral collapse to economic exploitation, and issuing a broad mandate for profound citizen-led change and strategic proposition for national reconstruction founded on constitutional principles. The input from these focused breakaway groups directly informed the development of the meeting's communique and call to action, which